F1 is directed by Joseph Kosinski and stars Brad Pitt. Formula One driver comes out of retirement to mentor and team up with a younger driver. I did not look up anything about this film. I did not look up any of the trailers, TV spots. The only thing I knew was that Brad Pitt was in it, it's Formula One racing, and Joseph Kosinski was directing the movie. And Joseph Kosinski has been a hot up-and-coming director for a good while. He has done Tron Legacy, which I have yet to see. I never really got into the Tron films, so I plan on watching them for the first time before the new one comes out. Only the Brave was really emotional, really impactful for me. I really enjoyed that film, and I absolutely loved Top Gun Maverick. You can see my review. It's one of my first reviews on this channel, and I had a really good time with that film. This movie, Formula One, while I don't think it is as good as Top Gun Maverick or Only the Brave, I still found it to be a really fun time at the theater and a really exciting race film with good characters, good storytelling, and overall fantastic direction of all the race sequences and all the characters interacting with each other, bantering, trying to figure out how to be able to start winning at this, because this team is struggling. They are at the bottom of the totem pole and they're trying to bring themselves back up. Like, even some of the people who are out trying to repair the cars are making mistakes. The race car that they're trying to work on is having a lot of problems and can't drive fast enough to be able to compete at these F1 races. So their last resort, Sunny Ace. And Brad Pitt plays this character with such coolness oozing out from this actor, and it's just so much fun whenever he's on screen. He owns every second of it, and despite definitely showing a lot of age here, it is a part of the story, as he is someone who has lost a chance at F1 and to be able to win at any of these races. And so right now he's doing a lot of smaller races, trying to make sure he's financially stable. So this is a big moment for this character, and is taking the opportunity, just that he is now working with a team who doesn't see eye to eye with him. His partner doesn't see eye to eye to him. Kerry Condon's character doesn't see eye to eye with him. Javier Bardem is his best friend in the film, but they start to drift apart in some ideologies later on and what things should be like. So this guy is fighting with his own team and is trying to figure out how everyone is going to be able to work together and be on the same page. And I think having this character trying to build this team with his own tricks, his own maneuvers, his way of doing things is quite interesting, while also trying to learn from his partner and also helping him at the same time, because Damson Idris, who plays Joshua Pierce in the film, does a really good job at playing this snarky, egocentric, celebrity-like figure who is at this point a rookie, but he already has a manager, but he is more so focusing on what people think about him instead of being focused on the race and his actual passions. He's drifting away from that and learning a lot from Sony. I think was able to form a lot of good interactions between these characters, because both Damson and Brad here have really good chemistry. You buy into their relationship, into their partnership as teammates. You see how they're able to learn from each other and what separates them and makes them their own characters. Kerry Condon, also in the film, has a really good rapport with Brad's character here, and both form a really good love interest with one another as a relationship looms between them, and they start to form feelings with each other, as the more Brad Pitt's character is able to help her, she's able to help him by being able to give him the tools, cars, and ideas he needs to be able to help his team out and to be able to build himself up again. And what this film does a good job, for the most part in my opinion, is just have these characters be likable, interesting enough for you to enjoy them and latch onto them, but to be able to root for them at the same time whenever they make a victory and a progress, and feel upset whenever they're having setbacks or there's some sort of business decisions happening in the background that's forcing them in a corner you want them to get out of, and you're rooting for them. You're rooting for this team to be able to come out the other side, and that's and that is due to good direction from Joseph Kosinski's part at making sure all these characters are likable. He also does a really good job at presenting the film's races with such versatility and just epic scope that you really do buy into what's happening in front of you, because a lot of it is actual practical races, practical crashes that's actually happening. It is exciting. They use a lot of the same camera tricks in which they mount cameras on these cars for you to be able to view what's happening, how fast the race cars are going, and what the locations are, and you get a good sense of geography as well as which cars our main characters are driving, and you're rooting for that specific car to be able to make it past the finish line or zoom across another race car to be able to get a spot above the other. And I think Joseph Kosinski was able to portray all these races with such visceral excitement. It is all really great to watch. And Hans Zimmer's score, euphoric as always. And what he does differently is add a lot of synths here, add a lot more of a pulpy pop kind of sound to it that feels a lot more modern, and it doesn't really sound like any Hans Zimmer score I heard before. There are elements of Hans Zimmer here that are iconic to him, like a bunch of brass horns and booms as well, and violins playing with epic sweeping score throughout all these triumphant moments, but it's the synths here that make it stand out so much more to me. It gives the score its own identity, as well as fitting with the tone and nature that this film is going for and what it's about. Overall, if I had to say, but if I were to have any criticisms with the film, is that while I was never bored, the film could have trimmed out maybe 10 minutes of that and really just streamlined the plot a little bit more, because it is a very simple plot, and I feel like at times the movie goes on a bit too long for its own good. But still, I was never bored with the film. I still was engaged with the characters. I enjoyed the story and the action and the race cars and the race scenes here. It was all really exciting stuff to see. And by the end of the film, when everything wrapped up, I was in my head clapping and cheering for the characters, and it was just a really great film overall. This is what I imagine a summer blockbuster should be. A great escapist film that tells a simple yet effective and exciting story with exciting characters played by talented actors that give such charisma, and just being an overall crowd pleaser. This is a film that I could see not just dads enjoying, but everyone enjoying. I had a good time with it, my sister had a good time with it, my friends had a good time with it, my parents had a good time with it, everyone had a good time with it. And so for that, I'm going to give F1 an A. Definitely is a bit too simple and could have trimmed out some fat here and there, but for the most part, I love this film and I would highly recommend you guys go check it out if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.